Henry d'Orléans, Count of Paris, Duke of France, is a member of the former French ruling dynasty of the House of Bourbon, and one of the current pretenders to the defunct French crown as Henry VII, a descendant of King Louis-Philippe. He is the current head of the Orléans line of the Bourbon dynasty. As such, he is recognized as the legitimate claimant to the throne by those French royalists who adhere to the succession of Louis-Philippe, as well as by the Unionist faction that rejects Louis-Philippe's title but recognizes his grandson Philippe, Count of Paris, as the heir of the rival claimant Henry, Count of Chambord, the last direct agnatic descendant of King Louis-XV. Henry of Orléans is a former military officer as well as an author and painter. Henry d'Orléans is protector of the Orléans obedience of the Order of St. Lazarus. Early life. He was the first son born to Henry of Orléans, Count of Paris, and his wife Princess Isabelle of Orléans-Braganza in Wallou-Saint-Pierre, Belgium. Because an 1886 law banned the heirs of formerly reigning French dynasties from entering France, this law was abrogated in 1950, but Henry had already been allowed to enter France by special favor of President Vincent Auriol in 1948. On the 25th of August 1940, Henry's grandfather, Jean of Orléans, Duke of Guise, died. His father was recognized by most French royalists as head of the French royal house, and Henry became their dauphin. He studied at the Institut d'études politiques de Paris and then served in the military, notably during the Algerian War. For his military service he was decorated with the French Legion of Honor, Cross for Military Valor, Combatant Cross and the Colonial Medal. Marriages. On 5 July 1957, he married Duchess Marie-Thérèse of Württemberg. He received the title Count of Claimant. 5 children were born from this union. Children: Princess Marie Isabelle Marguerite and Genevieve of Orléans, married civilly in Dreux on the 22nd of July 1989 and religiously in Friedrichshafen on the 29th of July 1989 to Prince Gundiger Albert Alfred Petrus of Liechtenstein, and has issue Princess Leopoldine Eleanor Therese Marie of Liechtenstein, Princess Marie Immaculata Elizabeth Rosa Delgund of Liechtenstein, Prince Johann Wenzel Karl Emmerich Bonifacius Maria of Liechtenstein, Princess Margaret Franziska Daria Wilhelmine Marie of Liechtenstein, Prince Gabriel Karl Bonaventura Alfred Valerian Maria of Liechtenstein, Prince François Henry Louis Marie of Orléans, Count of Claimant, Princess Blanche Elizabeth Rose Marie of Orléans. Her godparents were Duchess Elizabeth of Württemberg and Monsieur Michel Collages, Prince Jean-Charles Pierre-Marie of Orléans, Duke of Vendôme and Dauphin de Viennois, married civilly in Paris on 19 March 2009 with Philomena de Tournos-Steinhardt. The religious ceremony took place at the Senlis Cathedral on 2 May 2009. The couple has 3 children: Prince Gaston Louis-Antoine Marie of Orléans, Princess Antoinette Leopoldine Jean Marie of Orléans, Princess Louise Marguerite Eleanor Marie of Orléans, Prince Joseph Gabriel David Marie of Orléans, Prince Eudes Thibaut Joseph Marie of Orléans, Duke of Angoulême, married civilly in Dreux on 19 June 1999, and religiously in Antrain on 10 July 1999, to Marie-Lise Claude and Roland de Rohan-Chabot, with whom he has 2 children, Princess Thérèse Isabelle Marie-Eleanor of Orléans, Prince Pierre Jean-Marie d'Orléans. Divorce, annulment and remarriage. The marriage was unhappy. In 1984, Henry and Marie-Thérèse received a civil divorce. On 31 October of that same year, Henry married Michaela Anna Maria Cousineau Quinones de Leon. daughter of Louis' cousin Oy-Sabir and his wife Doña Antonia Maria Quinones de Elia Couto Ny Banuelos, 4th Marchioness of San Carlos. This marriage was not celebrated in the Roman Catholic Church. It was not recognized by a number of French royalists. Henry's father, too, was furious. He disinherited Henry, stripped him of his titles, and gave him the lesser-valued title Comte de Mortain. Henry refused all mail addressed to him as Count of Mortain. Meanwhile, Marie-Thérèse, the former Countesses of Clermont, was granted the title Duchess de Montpensier by her father-in-law. Tensions lessened after several years, and Henry's father reinstated him as heir apparent and gave Michaela the title Princesse de Joinville. Relations between Henry and his former wife, the Duchess de Montpensier, also improved and became cordial. Although Henry adopted the title of Count of Paris upon the death of his father, his second wife remained Princesse de Joinville during the life of his mother, who remained Countess of Paris. Upon the death of his mother, Michaela assumed the title of Countess of Paris. In 2009, Henry, Count of Paris, and his former wife, the Duchess de Montpensier, were able to obtain an annulment of the marriage from the Vatican without affecting the status and legitimacy of the children. The Count of Paris was then able to remarry his second wife, Michaela, Countesses of Paris and Duchess of France in the Roman Catholic Church. In September 2009, legal cases. In an attempt to establish his legal rights as head of the Royal House of France, Henry launched an unsuccessful court case in which he challenged his rival Louis Alphonse, Duke of Anjou's right to use the undifferenced royal arms. The French courts denied that they had jurisdiction over the dispute and did not address the merits of the case. After his father's death, a court-appointed lawyer searched through the late Count's effects on behalf of his 9 children, to reclaim what remained of the family's dissipated fortune. Jewels, artwork, and an exceptional medieval illustrated manuscript were found. These were auctioned off, raising approximately $14 million. Soon after, in 2000, however, bailiffs pursued Henry for $143,000 back rent after he fled the Villa Boileau, a 17th-century Paris house he had occupied. Succession rights. On 19 June 1999, Henry's father died and Henry became the new head of the French royal house. He took the titles Count of Paris and Duke of France. His wife became known as Duchesses of France, in order to enable Henry's widowed mother to continue to use the title Countess of Paris. Henry's mother died on 5 July 2003, and Michaela started to use the title Countess of Paris. He claims the title of Duke of France as heir to Hugh Capet and Hugh's ancestors before they were kings of France. After his father's death, Henry annulled his father's decision to disinherit his brothers Michel and Thibaut from the rights to the throne because Michel married a noble woman but not a royal one, and because Thibaut married a commoner. He also bestowed titles upon his nephews by brother Jacques, Duke of Orléans, Charles Louis of Orléans, Duke of Chartres, m. 28 June 1997, Eliana Manos, and Prince Falx of Orléans, Duke of Aumale and Count of Eu. He also recognized his disabled eldest son François as heir, with the title Count of Clermont, with a regency by his middle son, Prince Jean, Duke of Vendôme. Prince Jean had a son in November 2009, Gaston. Author. Henry has written a number of books. Ames Fils. Adressé au futur chef d'État. Désolé, Altesse, c'est mon jour de sortie. La France survivra-t-elle 2000. Le passeur de miroir. La France abat de bras. L'histoire en héritage. Other business. Henry is also a painter and has launched his own brand of perfume. In addition, he unsuccessfully contested the 2004 European elections for the Alliance Royale. He takes part in some European royal events, attending the 2011 marriage of Albert II of Monaco. Orders. Henry d'Orléans is alleged protector of the Orléans obedience of the Order of St. Lazarus. Ancestors. Henry, Count of Paris and Duke of France, is an agnatic fifth-generation descendant of Louis-Philippe, King of the French. He has 3 further descents from Louis-Philippe through his father and 1 through his mother, who also descends from Louis-Philippe in the male line, for a total of 5 descents as a great-great-great-grandson. Patrilineal descent. Henry is a member of the House of Bourbon. Orléans, a sub-branch of the House of Bourbon, itself a branch of the House of Capet and of the Robertians. Henry's patrilineal is the line from which he is descended father to son. It follows the Dukes of Orléans, the Kings of France, the Dukes and Counts of Vendôme, the Counts of Limarche, the first Duke of Bourbon, a Count of Claimant, and before them again the Kings of France. The line can be traced back more than 1,300 years and is one of the oldest in Europe. Bibliography. Opfel Olga S. H. R. H. Henry, Count of Paris, Royal House of France, House of Bourbon, Orléans. Royalty who weighed the 21 heads of formerly regnant houses of Europe. Jefferson, McFarland and Amp Company, Inc. Malibu, Huon. Art Market. Vive la Revolution. Country Life.